Welcome to the Sports Resort,
the People's Sports Show. Real talk unfiltered. With your host, Garrett Jonkins.
All right, welcome everyone to another episode of the Sports Resort with D. Junkins. As you know, we always giving information out there to parents, kids, and whoever else watching out there. Today I have Tonja Stelly on here, the mom of Tyler Myers, hockey player, and Quentin Grimes, NBA player. I think Quentin is on year 4 and Tyler's on year 16. And holy crap, that is insane. Welcome,
I
Tony.
know.
How does it feel to be? We don't have right into it. We ain't gonna do no. How does it feel to be a mom of 2 guys that play pro sports, hockey and NBA? And also, if I'm not mistaken, you're the only mom that's ever done that in the history of the world. How does
Well,
that feel?
that's what they say. You know what? It feels pretty good. They worked really hard for it, and when you go into mom mode, it's a very, very proud moment. Just watching everything that they've done to get to where they are today and continue to do to stay in their sport.
In which I always tell people that is awesome. You know, I've been knowing you a long time. I knew Quentin when he was, I think, like 6 or 7 years old. I used to try to get him to play football. He thought I was crazy. He like, if this dude come to me one more time, but no, he was a great kid. I seen y'all for a long time, every day.
Long time.
Uh, I watched him on his journey. I tell people, every day that when I watch Quentin and I watch you as a and your husband and everybody, his dad and everybody's support system. I remember I watching the AU game. He was crying. I think he was about 10. They lost. He was pissed off. I remember the whole journey, and I used to call him Allen Iverson every day because the kid stayed in the gym all day long, all night long. I remember nights I used to train at night, and I think the gym closed, Legends closed at 10 o'clock. And you be dropping him off at 9 to come get some shots up. And I'd be like, we close in an hour. And it just, but he was that type of kid and he was always in there. He loved basketball, and I tell people when you have a passion for something, you got to put the work in. And on the flip side of it, as a mom, you supported him. You didn't let I'm tired. I don't want to feel like taking him to the gym. No, you took him up there. Every day. I tell we lived in that gym every day, and even you worked out. You were like, okay, I need to go hop on this elliptical machine. I think you did the same workout every day, but I ain't bother you. Elliptical and treadmill and cardio. But
Yep.
as a mom, with a kid, with 2 kids, correct? That have dreams. Even Tyler, right? You let him moved to Canada with his dad at, I think he told me 7, 8 years old. That's tough. How let's start off with Tyler. How was that, right? Letting him go live with his dad in Canada. At what, 7, 8 years
Ooh.
old?
He was 10 years old. Yep.
10? Woo. That's gonna be
Yep,
tough.
Quentin had just been born, and 3 months later, Tyler was moving to Canada. And it was he loved hockey. And gosh, if you want to know how good you are in hockey, where's the best place to go? Canada.
So how
And
was the
his dad,
competition here in Houston? Was it not,
well, I mean,
because
it
we had
was
the
decent.
Aerodome and
Yeah, we played at the Aerodome, at the Aerodrome, and so we spent many early mornings, 6 a.m., getting that gear on and getting on the ice. And his dad had an opportunity to take a job up in Canada, and they went to a camp up there, and he loved it. And so in my mind, it was, okay, you can go for 1 year. Like, let's see how 1 year goes. And as I tell people, yeah, it obviously worked out. But it was incredibly difficult. I just given birth to Quentin, and now my oldest is leaving to go to another country to play. But they played hockey 24/7 up there. He loved it, loved it.
Man, that is good there, and that's a tough call. You like you said, you looked at it as, okay, I'm gonna send him there for a year. He gonna probably miss Texas barbecue and be like, I don't know what Canada people eat. I have no clue, elk or something. I'm not sure what they eat up there, wild buffaloes or something. And he gonna want to come back, eat some Mexican
Yep.
food in Texas, but he didn't. He stayed there, right? And
No,
it worked out for him. I tell people, if you don't take a chance, how will you know, right? All it can do is
that's
not
right.
work. You come back home and you
You
like,
come back
okay,
home.
mom, I need to
Yeah.
play basketball now.
Yep. Yep.
Or
Which he tried. Tyler was the one that played basketball and baseball and soccer, and he just gravitated to hockey. His dad played hockey in college and in the minor league, like Tyler did when he was 16. But then his passion stayed with hockey. I couldn't get Quentin to play any other sport, as you know.
Yeah, nah. Quinn was stuck on basketball.
He was
He.
stuck.
I think. Oh, but hold up. I think he played my flag football league one
Well,
time on the turf. I need to go
and
find that film. And
you
that was
should.
that. And I don't even think he did that because it was inside on the turf in
Oh,
that
I'm
little
sure
turf.
because it was inside. I'm not sure he was doing it if it was outside.
And that was it, kid on that. So I kind of talked to you yesterday about it. How does and I didn't know this, right? How does hockey work for a kid in Canada? Because you said Tyler started out playing, and he went to the minor league system, then went to the bigs. How does
Yes.
that work?
So in hockey up in the they have like a minor league team. So every NHL team has a minor league team, but then they also have feeder teams throughout the country that when Tyler was 16, when you turn 16 in Canada, you can go live with a family in these cities that have these minor league teams, and you then play in these systems. And this is where a lot of the NHL were drafted from, as well as college here in the US and college up in Canada too. But so when Tyler moved at 10, then at 16, he was you're drafted into this league, this minor league team in Canada. And he lived with a family in Kelowna, British Columbia. So that was a whole nother set. And so he played there for the Kelowna Rockets. And anyway, the Buffalo Sabres had some scouts that for them that were coaches with the Kelowna Rockets. And he was able to maneuver his way in, and being almost 6'9" and a good skater is
Hold
going
up.
to
He's
get you.
6'9" and playing hockey. Is he
Yeah,
the
I
tallest
know.
hockey
Why
player?
didn't he play basketball?
Is he the tallest hockey player in the league right now?
Uh, I think Chara is still playing, or maybe he retired. But Denzo Chara with Boston was, but
God, who's
Tyler's
Tyler
right.
6'9"? Holy crap! You breeding like beast over there. You better tell them. Make sure. Let me see. Is Tyler wife athletic? I think he's married.
She is. He's
Okay.
married. She played hockey too,
Okay.
and
Kids. Yep. Future pros. Future
yep.
pros.
We got to
And you
get them
play
signed up.
basketball too, correct?
I played basketball and tennis growing up. Yes, in
No, for real.
college. Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and Tanya, how tall are you? You're pretty tall.
5'11",
Oh, that's
5'11".
tall. Oh my
Nothing
God. Give
crazy.
this lady genetics. Hey, rain down genetics out here. Jeez, some genetics just flowing through athletes everywhere. So what team? Tyler been playing 16 years in the hockey in the pros.
Yes.
Shoot, that is a
Yep.
blessing right there, man.
It is a
Golly,
blessing. Listen, it's
16.
hockey, and we all know how physical it is, and we're very, very thankful that injuries have. I mean, they all have injuries. Luckily, nothing
For real.
career-ending.
And I
So,
never
yeah,
met Tyler, but just watching pictures you post of him, he just seemed like an humble guy, just like a chill, laid back type of guy.
yeah.
Which
His one of his nicknames was the Big Easy. Pretty laid back,
okay,
pretty
okay.
chill off the. Yeah,
Yeah, hey,
but as
the
he
big
says, when he puts that uniform on, it's a different story.
different
Like,
story.
yeah, it's a
Different story
different
on that.
story.
So he's been with the same team for 16 years?
No, he was drafted to Buffalo, and he was with Buffalo for 5 years, I believe it was. And then he was with Winnipeg, traded to Winnipeg, and he was with them for 4. And then he's been with Vancouver now. This is like the 6th year or something. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Whew, that's a lot
yeah.
going on. I'm pretty sure my hockey fans, I got a lot of people in Michigan that follow hockey. I brought your name up and your son name to my buddy. He knew every stat he did. Oh yeah, I know him, Tyler. He knew every. I'm like, golly, bro, what is that? He's like, oh yeah, he does this, does that. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. He's a
They
Texas
keep up with all
guy.
those stats. I'm not the stat mom. I try to remain in mom mode a lot, but it's a commitment, as you know. So,
Yes, it's a big commitment. That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. So let's fast forward, to Quentin now, right?
yep,
Texas
yep.
kid here, and as we talked about yesterday, he playing basketball, traveling. He like, Mom, can I go here, go play here? And you like, hold up, we in the fourth largest city in the United States. Like, if you can
Yeah.
play, you
Yeah.
good
If
where
you
you at. So how was the
absolutely.
upbringing with him? Because as like I said, I seen him when he's 6, 7 years old playing basketball in the gym. How did you keep him grounded? Because he went through a lot of adversity. From being a McDonald's All American, to going to Kansas, highly recruited. Things didn't work out at Kansas, had to transfer to U of H, pivoted real fast, right, and went through a little adversity. Most
Sure.
kids and parents, and I know it gets stressful. You're like, oh my God, I'm making the best decision to help my kid. Goes to U of H, has a great time there, puts up points, finds his rhythm, finds his jump shot back. I followed all this stuff. And boom, gets drafted NBA, first round. I'm not sure the number. What pick was he?
25.
25. I was about to say 20 something. Gets to the
Yeah.
Knicks, leaves the Knicks, goes to Detroit Pistons. Now he's with the Dallas Mavericks now. How was that upbringing him, right? Because now your older son is, moving on. Now you got Quentin. You trying to let him live his dreams. Of course, we shooting for the NBA. There's nothing else, right? That just was his thoughts. How
Yes.
was that
Yeah.
up, grabbing him and, helping him journey, and of course, I would see his dad also around and things like
Hmm.
that. How was that?
You know what? It's you got to love the grind, as a parent and the player. You got to love those late nights. You sacrifice a lot for your dreams, and you spend a lot of time in the gym. You've got to have a plan. You've got to surround yourself with good people. You got to show up. You're there thinking about your craft, whatever it is, whether it's sports or anything, 24/7. And he lives and breathes that. So it was presented with a lot of challenges and adversity, like you said, and you've got to have good people around you in order to get through those moments. And you get through them, but it's a path that you certainly have to choose.
Correct,
So,
correct.
and you have to choose the commitment to it.
Correct. Correct. And I like what you said. Parents have to be committed also, right? Because
Yes.
that is so huge. And even, I see it every day. I think parents don't understand that, like, when your kid is working, you got to be committed also because, like
Oh
you
yeah,
said, a lot of late nights, early mornings,
it
a
is.
lot of those things right there.
Yeah, and I worked full time, so it was it's well, you just said it. It's a commitment as a parent, and whether it's you yourself or another coach or an aunt or an uncle or a friend or whoever it is that can help get your kid to their passion. And so if you can't do it, just surround yourself with somebody who can help you get it done. And
Yeah.
you know what? Your kids will help find a way too. And that's how you kind of know what their commitment is. They're going to find a way. If they want to get to the gym, they'll
Correct.
find a
Hey,
way to
that
get
you hear?
there.
Yeah, you're right.
They're going to find a way to get there.
You're right on that. So let me ask you a question, because I know y'all are from Kansas. Your whole family's from there. Everybody, grandma, great uncle, little
Yeah,
cousin, Ray,
everybody.
them, everybody. How was that? When he got to Kansas, right? Because honestly, when he got all these offers, I was like, he going to Kansas. I didn't even look at nothing else. I'm like, he going to Kansas, bro. It don't even matter who come at him. Because this pre NIL, maybe if NIL was in now, then might have been a different story, right?
Maybe, but yeah, no, it wasn't available then.
This
Yeah,
NIL stuff is crazy right now. Kids are getting paid, which I'm a fan of. Get that money if you can, because
yeah,
everybody not going to
absolutely.
NBA. I tell people that
No, no,
everybody not going. NBA
no.
is only what, 2 rounds? What is that?
Two
30,
rounds of
30
30,
picks in
yeah,
each round?
right. Mm-hmm,
Yeah, that's
mm-hmm.
60
Yeah,
players. That's it. And 20
yep,
of them automatic come from overseas. So it's really
sure.
40 picks left for everybody in America that plays basketball. When you put it down,
Yeah, yeah,
that percentage is low, low, low,
yeah,
low, low, low. So how
yeah,
was it when he got to Kansas, right? And he had to pivot. How
yep.
what was y'all experience with that? Because you are from there, your family from there, and things didn't
Mm-hmm.
work out when he first got there.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
on the flip side of it, I do, and I don't. I'm just looking on the outside in reading. I remember I seen a Bill Self interview where he didn't say nothing negative about y'all. He said, "Hey, I think it's probably best that his way he's going is going to be better for him right now." It's just what I remember
yeah.
him saying. I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, no, you're right, and you know what? That's just how it is. This journey is hard, and you're making these decisions based on anticipating what it's going to be like when you get to college, when you're taking your next job, and you're 17, 18 years old. You think you know stuff, but you don't know anything when you're that age, and you're making a
Yeah.
decision where you think you're going to spend 1, 2, 4 years of your no. So it didn't work out. It wasn't his cup of tea, and we were fortunate enough to be able to choose then to go into the transfer portal, and he got to land back at U of H. But it was a very difficult process to go through and learn, right? And learn. So
Correct.
it's also set him up. It didn't feel good at the time, but it set him up for a lot of the challenges that then just came at U of H that then you're able to work through easier. And then when you get drafted to the NBA and you're sitting on the bench and you're working to earn your spot in the starting lineup. And so it gave perspective when you were able to look back. So when you're going through that adversity, just know it's going to get you, you're going to get through it, and then it's going to help you at the next level when you get there, whatever that is for you.
Yeah, you hit it dead on the point. I remember going through that, and y'all going through that. I would randomly shoot him a Instagram DM. Hey man, keep working, and he would always respond, thumbs up, appreciate it. And I just always kind of do that with kids. And now I'm on a thing with him where he scored points. I message him, hey man, you gotta get 50 points, man. I can score 20 points, man. I can go 6 to 7 in the NBA off the bench. Come on, bro.
I'm sure he loves that.
I'm like,
He'll
you
love
got to
that.
get 50 points, Allen Iverson Jr. Come on over here, man. Hey, remember if you
Yeah.
ever see him and Allen Iverson you got to
Uh,
get a picture of them too and send it
I'll
to me.
get a picture.
I got to get that in the frame right there. But now he's in the NBA. He's with the Dallas Mavericks now, which I think is a great organization. How does it feel to have him in Texas? Matter
Whew.
of fact, we need to get Tyler on the Dallas Stars. Is that the
I
hockey team?
know that
Yeah,
would have been
who owns the Dallas Stars? Can we get both of them in the city? Mark
city.
Cuban. I
Let's
don't
do
know who
it.
owns them.
Absolutely. No, it's great. It's I mean, he's happy to be closer to home. He's very happy to be with the Mavs organization, and the players are great. He's just really enjoying the entire experience of being there. And of course, I mean, you're 3.5 hours from home. It makes it a lot easier. Yeah. We're saving a ton of money.
Hey, that's pretty cool. I like you can hop in the car, puke, drive down there right quick. Road
Yeah.
trip. Or if you don't feel like driving, you can hop in the plane. You're there in 20,
Sure.
20 minutes. Like you right
20
there, you right
minutes.
back.
No,
So that's hey,
it's great.
that's pretty cool. I tell people
Yeah.
that's a blessing to have your kids that close to you.
Absolutely, but finding a good fit with the Mavericks has been
Because the Mavericks
really
have
good.
who on the team? They have they got some legends
Yeah,
on there.
they've got Luka Doncic,
Oh my
Kyrie
god.
Irving, Klay Thompson
Oh
was
my
just
god.
traded. I mean, if you can't learn from those,
Can I stretch out and be like 20 years old again and 6'6" and play with those guys?
I know,
I
right?
love basketball, but growing up I never got past 6'2.5". So I was like, it's gonna be
You
kind of
better.
tough on me. I think I got stuck with football right there. That's pretty cool right there because I seen them all together. I think they went on a trip or something in Europe. I think he went with Klay Thompson and all them. And I was like, man, look like a good fit for him, because I
Hmm.
don't know Klay Thompson, but just knowing Quentin, they kind of seem like they can kind of intertwine real quick.
Yep, yep,
Same little
yeah,
demeanor, yellow. They got the little curly hair on their head and all that stuff. So let me ask you a question, Tonja.
sure.
So now, right, you have grandkids from Tyler. How many kids does he have?
Tyler's got 3 kids, and my stepson's got 2 daughters. Yeah,
So
yeah. So I got
are they
5.
playing sports yet? Are you giving them the moms like the rundown what they got to
I
do?
know, right? No, they're still young. The oldest, my grandson is 7, and then we've got our 3-year-old granddaughter, and then our 18-month-old grandson, and then I've got my two granddaughters, yeah, who are 7 and 3. So it's wonderful.
Okay, yeah, you
Yeah,
got to give them the rundown in about a year. Let's see, 7, 8,
absolutely.
yeah. They got like, hey,
Yeah,
this is what
yeah.
you got to do right here, buddy. That you want to make, hey.
That's right. The 7-year-old's doing a little bit of soccer, but he really likes golf. So we'll see.
That's yeah, okay. That's a good
Yeah,
sport right there.
I know.
That's
Yeah,
the money sport
yeah,
right there. Money golf, and you
yeah.
can play till you're 100 years old.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not so hard on your body.
yeah, it's not so hard on your body on that. So I always kind of end the podcast with someone asking me a question. Anything you want to ask me? I don't know. I've been knowing you for a long time. It's off the top of your
Ah.
head. What
I
what you
like that.
got?
Well, I know we've spoken before, so this are you looking forward to the journey with your daughter through her
Man,
sports?
you hit it on the nose. Yep, I am. I tell you the truth, I enjoy it every day. Me and my wife, that's like our thing right now. I tell people I put so much work into other kids over years. Now I'm like all into my little girl now. So like today we have golf, right? She plays golf. Golf is today. Soccer tournament is tomorrow. We are crazy, right?
Oh
Then
yeah, I
tennis is on
remember.
Sunday. So
That's
we got.
awesome.
But the
As
one
long
thing
as
I
they're
love.
enjoying it.
Yeah, we enjoy. The one thing I love about it though, it's a lot of her. Even though she's 9, it's a lot of her preparing herself. Right? She packs her bag like she knows she has golf today, so she has a bag and her clubs by the back door, so mom won't forget them. She packed it, so she writes her schedule down on the board every day. At only 9 years old, I don't write it. I'm
Yeah.
like, I told her, I say,
No,
hey, you got to write your schedule down every day. That way you'll know. And she like, boom,
that's
boom,
right.
boom, boom. And then we had a situation where she hurt herself this summer, right? And so we didn't do no sports for about 3 weeks. We just took off,
Oof.
right? So I was like, let me just see if she gonna miss it. I don't want it to be me like you ready to go back. And then one day she like, Dad, when we going back to sports? So I'm like, okay, she misses
Yeah,
it.
no,
So
that's how you know as a parent
yeah,
where their commitment is.
correct.
You then you know where
Correct. And
yeah,
and, and I told my wife, I'm like, man, she asked me about when we going back to sports. It wasn't me, cause right, I can like, let's go, and I'm like, no, know what? But it's cool though. I enjoy it a lot. We go to sporting events all the time. We watch, and she hates losing, right? So we watching football last night, and I like who. She always asking me who my team is, who I'm going for, and I say a
yeah.
team, but she always pick whoever winning at the time. So she
Oh,
look, what's the score? I'm going for them. She never goes picks a team that's losing, right? So if it's 0-0, she like, I'm gonna wait a minute. Then who scores? So that's how she picks her team. But we
that's
watch
funny.
every sport. She loves it, and she always asking me a lot of questions on it. She actually likes basketball a lot, like low
Well,
key. Like but she likes everything, and I'm just trying
good.
to expose her to everything, and as she gets to a certain age and whatever takes off for her, then that's what I'm gonna let her. That's what we're gonna probably
Yep.
run with.
They
Right
stumble
now,
into
I
it.
probably think her thing that she's probably most passionate about is soccer and golf. She turns into I tell people she turns into a monster on the soccer field for some reason.
Wow, that's
Like
great. No.
she gets
That
mad out there, angry, but even on the golf, she likes going on the golf course. She told her coach the other
sure.
day, I'm tired of doing lessons in the side. Let's go on the course. So now she's on the course all the time, which her coach said was a good thing. That means she don't mind walking the course and things like that. So, but it's
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool. It's a cool experience. She's tall too for her age. So,
She
uh,
is.
yeah. When
Yeah.
I met her mom in a gym when I met her. So I'm like, okay, she doing pull ups, tall woman. Yep, genetics. Let's go.
It's all about the genetics.
Hey, I'm like
Yeah.
crazy on that, man. But appreciate you having me on. I know you are visiting
No,
your
there's
family, man. It's a blessing, man. I always talk to you and to follow you and your kids' journey. I tell people all the time, it's you're a great example for a lot of moms out there, with kids out there who have aspirations, and a lot of parents and a lot of moms need to dads too. Need to just kind of zone in on some people sometime. And I hope a lot of them watch this and they kind of understand the sacrifices and things that parents do to help their kids make it.
absolutely. Yep. Just
Uh,
be around and talk to people and pick people's brain and,
correct, correct,
listen and have a plan and listen to your kid. Like
correct,
your
correct.
kid's gonna know a lot. They've got the inside scoop for
Correct.
what
And
they
that's one
want.
good thing that I tell people a lot. You was good at picking people brains all the time. Like, hey, should my kid do that? You remember the speed and agility camp we used to do? The legends
Oh
after little
yes.
basketball. You put Quentin in.
Yep.
You think you should do it? Yep, yep. I'll say yeah. So you did that a lot, and even Quentin's dad. I would talk to him randomly. Hey man, the coach didn't put them in this tournament. Why not? I think when Quentin got to College Park, at first I don't think the coach knew what he had and they wasn't playing in a big tournament. I'm like, yeah, you got to go talk to the coach. And he knew. He like,
All
okay, we
right.
got to go on these tournaments right here.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
people, and people start picking people's brains. I tell people I talk to anybody. I don't care. They just got to tell me to stop talking to me. So, but the more
Yep.
information you collect, the better off you are on the long run, on a long journey. We appreciate
Absolutely.
you having you on, Tonja. Enjoy yourself
Thanks
with your
for having
family.
me. I
No
will.
problem.
Thank you.
Tell your hubby. Hopefully the Cougars, get to go to a good bowl game. I'm
We'll
not sure how many.
see.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure how many games they won now. Oh, it might
No,
be.
I don't either. I just go for the fun.
Yeah, so they beat your team. I ain't gonna bring that up. They beat K State. I think that was kind of rain delay fluke though, maybe. So
Yes, it
no,
was
but
might have
no,
been.
I like U of
No, it's
H
all
though. I
good.
like Coach Fritz though. He's won every way he's win. I think he's
Yeah,
definitely gonna
yeah,
turn
they're gonna
around
make
U of
some
H.
good changes there. They're gonna make
Yeah.
some good changes.
Oh yeah, I had to bring out the old third throwback Knicks jersey
Yeah,
right here.
yeah.
Quinn
We'll get you a
go to
Mavs
it.
jersey. We'll
Yeah.
get you a Mavs jersey. Don't you worry.
I need to lose some weight. It's getting kind of tight on me though. Yeah,
It
it
looks
is.
good though. It looks good.
Appreciate you having you on, man. It's D Jump for the
Absolutely.
Sports Resort. Tonja Stelly on here. Peace out. Everybody have a great day.